What if I told you that Pi Network just made a massive power move that could catapult Picoin into real-world dominance, forever changing how we use it, trade it, and see it in everyday life? We're not talking about small updates or minor tweaks here. This is a full-blown $100 million war chest ready to launch Pi into global utility like never before. That's right. The Pi Core team is going all in with a $100 million venture fund. Not just for hype, but to bring Pi into real-world applications, across industries like blockchain, AI, e-commerce, and more. So here's the big question. What kinds of projects do you think deserve that funding? What kind of Pi-powered apps or platforms would you like to see go mainstream? Drop your answers in the comment section right now, and hey, if you missed any of the major Pi developments leading up to this fund announcement, check out my earlier videos. I've got everything covered from the KYC solutions to mainnet launch, links in the description below. Also, let's flood the comments section with Pi Network to the moon along with your country name so I know where our amazing Pi family is tuning in from. And before we dive into this massive news, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with every Pi lover you know. Your support helps keep this content coming. And don't forget to join our Pi Network Telegram and Facebook communities. Links below too. Quick reminder, this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Nothing here is financial advice, so always do your own research. Let's get started. You're not going to want to miss this. It's not every day that a project like Pi Network, built on vision, patience, and community, announces a major funding push of this scale. But here we are. A bold $100 million venture fund is now on the table, and it's not just another headline, it's a full-blown strategic shift designed to bring Pi into our daily lives in ways we've only speculated about until now. For years, the Pi community has been buzzing with excitement, wondering when the coin we've been mining, holding, and dreaming about would finally leap from our screens into the real world. And now that Open Mainnet is live and mining has stopped, the Pi Core team has officially shifted gears from building the ecosystem to activating it. And what better way to supercharge that vision than by backing real startups, real developers, and real solutions with a serious investment? The newly formed Pi Network Ventures will manage this fund. Think of it as a specialized arm under the Pi Foundation, laser-focused on identifying and supporting projects that aren't just theoretical, but immediately useful. We're talking real-world platforms and applications that will integrate Picoin as a working currency and technology, from e-commerce to artificial intelligence and beyond. And here's where it gets exciting. This isn't some vague fund that throws cash around hoping for success. It's highly targeted. Pi Network Ventures will not only inject capital into early-stage startups, but also support growth-stage companies that show promise and progress. This is about nurturing an ecosystem from the roots up, helping entrepreneurs create things that Pi users can actually use. Shopping platforms, social marketplaces, AI tools powered by Pi transactions, and more. And get this, funding won't be limited to traditional fiat. Yes, USD is in the mix, but so is Picoin itself. This is more than symbolism. It's a strong statement. Pi is not just valuable, it's usable. The fact that Pi will be a direct part of the investment equation shows how confident the core team is in its long-term value and functionality. This move isn't just financial, it's philosophical. It says, we believe in this currency enough to fund real ventures with it. That's massive. But let's be clear, this isn't just about handing out money. Pi Network Ventures is also offering technical support and guidance, meaning startups won't be left to figure things out alone. The idea is to create a smart, interconnected, and self-sustaining Pi economy. That's how you create a revolution, not just a product launch. Meanwhile, over in the exchange world, there's been a noticeable uptick in signals, and let's just say the community is listening. Recently, HTX dropped some cryptic but juicy hints about a potential Picoin listing. While we don't have a formal announcement just yet, the signs are loud and clear. They're watching, they're interested, and they're likely just waiting for the right moment. These subtle nudges from HTX have fueled a wave of speculation, especially with the timing of Consensus 2025 approaching fast. That event is known for big announcements and strategic reveals. Could Picoin's official listing finally be part of the show? The community certainly hopes so. And if HTX does make the move, the impact could be huge. It would mean more liquidity, greater exposure, and most importantly, validation in the broader crypto market. It would be a signal to the world that Pi is not just another token but a real contender in the race for adoption. But wait, there's more. We're also hearing growing buzz around Upbit, one of South Korea's biggest and most influential exchanges. South Korea is already one of Pi's most active regions, so a listing there could trigger a serious boom in Pi usage and transaction volume. The local community is strong, vocal, and eager. If Upbit joins the Pi train, we could see a massive wave of momentum in the Asian markets. And then of course there's Binance, the holy grail of crypto listings. Nothing is confirmed, but the whispers are getting louder. A Binance listing would be a game changer. With its global reach, trusted brand, and massive user base, Binance could launch PiCoin into a league of its own. Think about the exposure, the credibility, the opportunities. This could take the already huge Pi community and blow it wide open. What's key here is that all these developments, the venture fund, the exchange rumors, the support from Pi Network Ventures, are happening simultaneously. That's no accident. It's part of a coordinated, strategic push to establish Pi not just as a token, but as an integrated tool in the real world. The ecosystem is being primed, the developers are being empowered, the doors to real innovation are being flung wide open, and the goal is clear: get Pi into apps, platforms, and services that people use every single day. We're talking about blockchain-powered services, AI-enhanced tools, e-commerce platforms where you can actually spend your Pi coin like money. We're talking about smart cities using Pi as a transaction layer. We're talking about financial tools for the unbanked educational platforms, decentralized apps, and more. This is the era of Pi utility. And for the pioneers, those who stuck around through testnet, through KYC delays, through migration hurdles, this is the reward. A future where your Pi balance doesn't just sit there, but flows into an ecosystem that recognizes its value. That's not a dream anymore. It's becoming reality, fueled by $100 million and a global community that refuses to give up. Now more than ever, the Pi Network journey feels real, tangible, inevitable. So to wrap this up, Pi Network just fired the biggest shot yet in the battle for mainstream adoption. A $100 million venture fund aimed squarely at launching real-world applications. Backed by Pi Network Ventures, this move supports early and growth stage startups across industries like AI, blockchain, and e-commerce. With potential listings on HTX, Upbit, and maybe even Binance, the doors are wide open for Pi to shine on the global stage. If you found this update exciting, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this with your fellow pioneers, and subscribe so you never miss a major Pi update again. Here's a question for you. What kind of app or service would you want to see built on Pi Network? Drop your ideas in the comments. I read every single one. And if you've got questions or contributions to make, the comment section is your space. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.